believe in yourself. Have the gall to believe that what you do matters, because you never know unless you do it. And stay true to your guns. Believe in yourself. Do whatever you do. I would say research it. I don't believe that, hey, you can be anything you want. You can be anything you're good at.
Yeah.
So you know, put your money where your mouth is too. You may never know, like, you're gonna suck at whatever you do for a long time once you just start, but that's how you learn. Like, I feel like I failed so much in life and in music that I know what to do by process of elimination. So all those L's were lessons and made me become a master at a lot of things, because I know the opposite of it. Like, okay, if that doesn't work, then obviously the opposite of that's going to work. So let me try that out. Like, okay, then learn to put a little paint where it ain't.
I'm big boned. I'm heavy structured. I'm hung low. If I pull my shit out, this whole room get dark.
I'ma talk my shit. Fat finger, let me talk my shit. Damn right I'm gon' talk my shit. I.E. in this bitch law. Never resting on my laurels. The definition of a core when they stop questioning your morals. The gap.
So anyway, this is another dope episode of Talk Yo Shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now, I always say that, and I always mean it, right? But me and this man go back. We're on the same label. We been through a lot of shows and seen a lot of wild shit on those shows. So, and I've always picked this man's brain for a lot of information as an artist as I was developing. So, he's very informative. He's never been in a position to be a gatekeeper or anything like that. He's always been, if he can help you, he's gonna do it. So when I say that this man is not only a dope artist, he's a dope person. He has a big personality. He's very helpful and real about giving this information and love to people who actually want to receive it. So when I say that it's an honor to have him here and to see this come together like this in this great way, and you get to see his energy and his goofiness and the way his mind works. Again, to me, it's his family. This is a brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Diesel. 5K1 is what I say. They say 5,001. I always say 5K1. I never asked him if he was cool with that, but
I like you too, man. Like, damn, that was a strong intro. Like, I gotta
do it, man. I gotta say what I feel. I always gotta say what I feel.
So I'm trying to like.
Can't say nothing nice.
It's every introduction seems to be an adventure. So be prepared. But how are you doing this weekend?
Lion King?
Huh? Yeah. I guess I'm Simba. But how are you doing this morning?
I'm wonderful. I'm honored and blessed to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I'm an early riser, so I'm ready. We're here. I feel like my seat's sinking a little low because maybe I'm just tall, and I should be towering.
No, nigga, you just tall.
Yeah. So, am I officially the heavyweight on the heavyweight podcast so far?
I mean,
I just want to know if I hold the record.
Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah, that show the tallest.
What do you weigh?
I'm on like $175.
$175. 175.
Yeah, say it like that.
But like on the moon. So
from
like,
the waist up? Yeah, I was like, where? Like, so, what are you talking about? What planet?
Like on the moon. So like in ratio, carry the one, and then
Yes, then we'll give it to you.
All right, so
I identify as a much smaller man, but I know I'm heavy.
I'm trans slender. He's been waiting on that. He's been waiting on
I've had
that.
it.
I could tell. Like, as soon as he heard it, he was like, ooh, this is the time.
the time has come.
I'll tap out.
I
I'm
love
so
it.
fucking tired.
Welcome,
time
welcome,
is
Views
welcome.
and opinions expressed here. Podcast.
So,
Oh shit.
when did you know that you wanted to do music?
That's a good question. I wanted to be a wrestler growing up. That was my thing.
Me
you know?
too.
I was a Hulk Hogan fan before he turned into an
Oh.
asshole, right? Ate my vitamins, say my prayers, all that good stuff. And I remember going to a shadowing day in high school, and we actually went into a ring, and I saw what they actually have to do, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. seems like a lot of work and painkillers. So yeah, I mean, I was always writing. Like when I was young, I was like making comic books and writing short stories and everything. And so writing was always like my big thing. And I love music. And then I started combining. Like, I started like making parodies of songs that I liked. And my brother, challenged me. Said instead of like making fun of these songs, I would just make your own. So I'm like, okay, bet that's how we're gonna do it. And then I started writing. Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I just kept doing it. Like my mom was always singing while working out and or like cleaning up and whatever. So like I always had that in my head. Always had a sense of melody. Always had a sense of I'm gonna sing while I have a long day. I'm going to do something, or I'm gonna chill out on the porch and just get lost in the music while it's raining outside, whatever. It was always a part of me. So like I combined my love of music and my love of writing together, and I saw it was something good. Like, and I kept it a secret to myself until like one day, like a teacher, Miss Flanoy, I remember her name. Yeah, in the 10th grade, she saw me writing. What is it? Like, oh, I'm writing a verse. Oh, you do music? What? I try. Let me do something. So she said, you should get on the Black History Month talent show. And this was young Diesel, so I had my giant fro at the time. Bone Thugs and Harmony were very popular when I was in high school, so it was Mac 10. So
we all.
Oh, you had the blowout.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not old. Don't do that.
You the oldest one here.
I'm not. I'm not the oldest one.
I don't like to say I'm old. I like to say I'm seasoned.
I don't know.
Is it Cajun?
Yeah, I'll be seasoned a little bit.
Yeah,
But don't call me old no more.
Is it Creole or
Shut
what kind of
up.
Well,
Okay. So the teacher saw you writing.
So you should get out there and do something. So I remember I had a homie that he made beats and whatnot. And then I paid him like $50 for his beat. It was the most terrible beat ever, right? But I'm like, I need something. So like the night before, I got like what was it? It was the How High remix, Method Man and Redman. I think I took that instrumental instead, and I wrote something to it. And like I went in front of my school, and like I was a shy kid that never talked. I was a weirdo. I was a nerd that sat by myself and whatnot. So I went out and they never heard me talk before. It was like you could hear a pin drop, and then beat came on, and I exploded and standing ovation. I'm like, oh, they responded to that. They liked that. Okay, cool. And like after that, it was like night and day. Like people were coming up and talking to me. I was like the pride of the school. It was magical. And like, okay, if I have a voice, what I say matters, and people are gonna listen to it. Maybe because I'm a giant, but I feel seen and alive. So okay, and like that feeling never went away. So every time I'm on stage, I'm like, and people like, if I'm invisible to them before I'm on that stage, you're gonna notice me afterwards because I'm gonna come for it, and I know what that feeling is like. If I could ever help people get that same feeling, because being able to be seen and feel like you're a part of something or feel like you matter could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
So me going through my struggles with depression and stuff growing up, and we can all go to that stuff too, but it really helped me out. It's therapeutic for me. Even to this day, it's extremely therapeutic for me. So I'm always chasing that dopamine rush, and I'm still here doing it, and some cool things have happened along the way.
So it's essentially like getting a nut for you.
This nigga.
Yeah, you trying to fuck
God.
I'm just saying, like you said, the dopamine rush. I think
no,
that
real talk. It is that. It's spiritual. It's church for me. That's my testimony.
Yeah.
There. It's a high that nothing can like.
You described that well, because that's exactly how it feels. It's like this weird high that you're always chasing. That's why I compared it to a nut.
I was you chose the right way, because you could have went the wrong way, because you were not a little person and like you became the pride of the school. You could have been like, man, fuck all y'all, and just start bullying people.
Yeah, real talk.
But thank you for not doing that.
Yeah, and it's been a beautiful thing. I'm always humbled every time someone says you hey, that was dope. I like what you did. I'm like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that the words from a stranger can save your life.
Yeah.
You know, so you got the worst day in the world, and someone tells you, hey, I really like that shirt. That could change you around. Now you're not going to go shoot up the school, or you're not going to, do this or that, or jump off of the bridge or whatever. So little things like that matter. That can really help people.
I'm a piece of shit. Because I'm like, they might be like, thanks, and still go do that shit.
I can't.
Sorry.
I swear to God. Just
Spitting bars while
Dare to
you're
drink.
on a tower. Let me stop. So where did the name Diesel 5001 come from?
Oh man, so like my rap name in high school was it was Long Shot. I'm a big X-Men fan, but it stands for living on negligent ground, spending hours overtime training. It was long winded, but it was like on some underdog shit. It was like, hey, you may not expect much from me, but just know I'm putting in a lot of hours, a lot of work in to be the best that I can be. And like Long Shot, he was this character from X-Men where he was cursed with failure in everything he did, but his power was that he had like enhanced luck. So he was still like trying to, even though he was doomed to fail, he was still going to give it his all, And when I had a rap partner, Sonny Phoenix, and we had a group, Y Factor, Yellow Factor, because we were both light skinned. His uncle, we had an in with Interscope Records, and so we were trying to be more like professional and whatnot. And Long Shot, I guess, wasn't sexy enough, so I had to go with another name. But me also attached name. I battled people for that name. That was my name. That's who I was. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I gotta conform at some point. I want to make it. I want to do my thing. So I went through a list of like 500 names and like boil it down. Blah 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 blah. Nope. Diesel was my favorite wrestler growing up. So okay, let me do Diesel, but let me change it up a little. Let me make it the hip hop spelling, So it's like D''ZYL, but it's Diesel,
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, come on, you said you're a wrestling fan. I know it's called Big Diesel. Come on.
Big sexy, So we do. And the 5K one, like, I was also a big Outkast fan, right? So I'm like, okay,
I'm a big Andre fan too.
Yeah. So I'm like, Andre 3000, like, let me go a step further. Let me get 5001, but I don't want to bite his name. Let me make it relevant. So I'm like, okay, like everything that we do now, it's like it's a snapshot in time. It's like a time capsule, right? So like I want my music to be like still dope in the year 5001. So Diesel also like a slang for like big, extra, larger than life, powerful. So I'm like, I want to make powerful, theatric, impactful music that's still going to be dope in the future.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's real dope.
That's well thought out.
yeah.
Thank you.
You put a lot more thought in that than Lil Baby.
I like Lil
Or
Baby.
Dub Baby.
Oh, I love the baby.
That's Dababy, as I
I
call it.
love him.
Because it's all together. Because it's all spelled together, Dababy.
I love him.
Uh,
I'm gonna start saying that shit.
That's not the baby. That's my baby. I love
Uh,
him.
I'm gonna ask this just because it popped in my head because you said battling. How many have you been in battles, rap battles, and
And you had to.
do you remember your toughest battle, rap battle?
Kuda,
Oh yeah,
my cousin. He
that's a long
embarrassed me.
fucking day. Yeah,
Oh, he embarrassed me. That's easy. And Kuda's like, that's still like, that's like
He was
my
your
goat.
cousin. He embarrassed you.
Damn.
You didn't take it
Kuda's,
easy?
Both
Kuda's-
my cousins, Kuda and my cousin Trey, they double teamed me. They went on me
Damn.
all
Yeah.
day. And
Cool.
Damn.
Were they on the
You
same
know, they
team or
humbled
they
me.
just did that for fun?
I think a little of both.
Okay, because if it's
They
they
did
did
that-
like sports if
they
you're on
did
the
that-
same team, but if you just do that, you're like,
Yeah.
yo, cuz like,
Right. You could
shout out to Kuda.
It was at like a family kickback. I learned
Yeah.
about
oh yeah,
that.
yeah,
See, there it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said they did that to embarrass you from the family. That's what it sounded like.
No,
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
a pow pow. Hey,
Yeah. And I learned a lot that day, and I grew from it. I got strong from
Yeah.
the hazing, But yeah, I remember that. And after that, you couldn't tell me nothing because I remember Kuda, like my older brother, they're best friends growing up. And they used to like, snap on me. But like not to be malicious, but that's what you do. You clown your younger cousin.
Mhm.
And because of that, I'm so quick with it. If someone ever
Yeah.
tries to clown me, like I got like 17 jokes right to come back at you with, and like you can't say anything that's gonna hurt my feelings ever. So it was all training for another day. Like
Yeah.
and we're tight. Me and Cool never had problems. That's like the dude I wanted to be like growing up. He was the good looking dude, the best rapper, singer, just cool personality. You know Cool. I don't know.
Kuda is. Yeah. Shout out to Kuda again because That's you said Kuda. That's a long day. He's nice.
I don't know,
very,
but I can't keep getting Mace out of my head. Scooby to the game. Now I know my duty.
Tell you, I'm gonna have to play you some Kuda's music. So what made you decide to start Uproar?
Well, actually, I didn't start it. My boy Dave. I'm Sonny's pops. That's my best friend. He went to the school before me. I graduated from Sierra High School in San Bernardino. I was the best rapper at the school during my time, and he was the best rapper at the school during his time. And my sister, who knew him as well, introduced us together. Say, "Hey, you guys should link up, whatever." So we were a duo for a while in high school, and then we kind of went off and did our own thing. And he came back and said, "Hey, I'm trying to start this this little thing together, this little collective." And he came back and recruited me, and it was just good to not do stuff alone, especially like in San Bernardino or most parts of the IE. It's like for the wolves. Like if we ever did a show and we were better than another group or another act, we had to be ready like to fight them afterwards or like battle them, whatever. So like having like your team, your backup, it was important. And we all kind of like the same stuff. We grew up together, came from the same neighborhoods. We had different backgrounds and ethnicities, but we all still had pride in what we did and where we were from. And so that's where it came from there. And there was a few of us. We had a small collective. Some of them I'm still cool with to this day. Some of them, they've gone off to other places. Some of them aren't here anymore. And we had to have our backs and do ourselves because no one's gonna do it for us. So that's where Uproar came from. We wanted to cause an uproar. We were the underdogs that were gonna say, "Hey, we matter too. We have something too." Like if we need to go get shirts, like, "Hey, we're gonna press them up ourselves." Our CDs, we were slapping stickers on the CDs. Put them, press them up at Kinko's or whatnot, slinging them at shows, doing whatever we could, and like researching. Hey, how can we do this? How can we make this better? Who can we reach out to for this opportunity? We're not going to wait for people to come to us. Like we're going to knock on the door and say, "Hey, I'm here. I want a shot. This is what my worth is and whatever." And so that's how we always expanded with that. And just over time, we changed. We stopped doing it for years to where I was like the only one left. And I went out and trailblazed and got opportunities and did this and that and reformed the crew back. And that's when Sonny, he started coming back around, and not coming back around, but he started growing up. He's like 12, 13. He wanted to do this. I'm like, "All right, man. Hey, you grew up with us in the studio. Like, it's your time. Let's see what you can do." And then you see Sonny now. He's
shout out to Sonny.
Prince of the IE.
Yeah.
I've known that man since he was 3 years old. I pushed him in the stroller. Now I see him on billboards and shit. That's crazy to see.
That's what's up. I told him this. I brought this story up to Sonny, and I wanted to see, and I remember you commented on the post on the clip. But what was your recollection of that show that we did? I can't remember where it was. I want to say it was towards Long Beach, but where we ended up not performing that night.
When they had like 47 artists on the bill? Yeah.
I remember being very turned up that night.
Yeah, I still don't like that promoter, man. I'm when I see him, and that's another story for another day. But that dude, sometimes you gotta. I'm gonna say this a lot during the episode. Sometimes you gotta take it on the chin, right?
Whoa, boss.
Stupid. You so stupid.
And we'll get into that. But sometimes like you go and stuff with good intentions, and you gotta be professional about it, even though it's like some terrible circumstances you gotta go through, and you gotta put up with this. And I always say save it for the car ride home, because like there's been a million shows where there's some like wild stuff happening at the show, or people are coming at you false, or not coming correct, or just some outlandish funny shit that you want to clown, but like, hey, save it for the car ride home. We'll talk about it later. Right now we just gotta stay unified, and we gotta nothing can move us. We gotta be stoic about it, whatever. But yeah, when you're on the lineup, and if there's like 20, 30 names on it, you ain't performing like at a good time unless like you're tight with the promoter. You're performing like at 2:30 in the morning, and that shit sucks if you got to work at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you take a hour and a half drive to get there. You come with the whole crew and whatnot. You prepare, you rehearse, and you see just a bunch of clowns on stage. 20 acts later, like, yo, I'm still not up. hey, what's up, man? Like, we got to jump you afterwards, or what's going on?
That's what it felt like. Because it felt like, yeah, that's why I was going to ask you your thought process. Because I know I was very riled up in that parking lot.
Man, I want to see what car he had, pop the tire or something. I don't encourage these acts, but just how he
I
felt
do.
at the time, you know.
Oh gosh.
Live your truth.
Because I know Sonny was like, man, he thought it was crazy because he was underage. He's like, I'm here underage trying to perform, and this shit happens. And he saw how we were all reacting. It felt like it was going to be some shit in that parking lot.
Yeah.
But
But most things you learn from. Like, I remember, like, one of my favorite movies, The Five Heartbeats, when they were all excited to go on tour. Like, yeah, man, we got to be at this room, blah, blah, blah. And, like, they're on, like, this stage. It's like a 4x4 stage. And they have, like, a little, like, tiny microphone with, like, a 2-foot cord. And they're singing along to, like, to their record playing and whatnot. I've had shows like that where, like, the chord is, like, from here to here. And, like, I'm rapping over, you know, my shit. And I'm like, man, it's like, that bathroom is just like a cloth. There's not even a door on there. But, you know, it's an experience, right? You learn what you like, what you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate. So, I mean, it's all part of the journey. Now, you can differentiate and say, I don't want to do that shit no more. I don't have to do that. I don't have to pay those dues. But sometimes you need the experience so you can make a joke about it or a story about it later.
and I was so mad about that because I thought that stage looked so dope.
Yeah.
That's what always bugged me about that. That's like, when we get on that stage, we're about to fucking kill this shit. And he was like, yeah, you guys ain't performing. I was like, what the fuck?
We
But-
overbooked.
Yeah. And that shit used to happen a lot, unfortunately, because certain promoters just. I figured I'd bring it up. I brought it up to Sonny. I figured I'd bring it up with you. But yeah, being that you've delved into throwing shows, running, being a part of a label, and being an artist, what challenges did you face with each?
I've been throwing shows for a long time. It was mainly just you know, trying to book the people that I like. You know, so like every time like I can book a show, I'm booking like a dream team lineup of people that I fuck with or I think are dope, or I want to like expose them to like the audience that they're not used to, or combine this area and this area and this area to, you know, to get together and network and do their thing when they normally may have not ever done that before. And like I started like investing in like sound equipment and learning how to DJ and do all that stuff, or host and all that, just so I can be self-reliant or even like lend those services out to people whenever they need that. And you know, I mean, there's challenges with it. I mean, sometimes the person may be really dope. They show up with like one person, you know, and you know the bar's mad at you because they're not making enough money, or it could be they bring too many people and they're rowdy as fuck. And you're like, man, these guys are tagging in the bathroom, or they're doing this and that, or they're saying bitch too much on the microphone, and the owner of it is a woman, and she's like, hey, I don't like that shit at my place. It could be a bunch of things. So it's a gamble going with it, whatever. And just hip hop in general usually has a bad reputation for venues. Like some places, if they know it's gonna be a hip hop show, they may have like $1 million like insurance bond on it.
Yeah.
To where like, hey, just because it's hip hop, we have to charge extra, and we have to be really careful because someone got shot here last time. I'm like, damn, like I've never been at a hip hop show where there's been a fight. I've seen some rock shows and other stuff where there's been fights and stabs and shit. Never at a hip hop show that I've ever been to ever thrown. But that negative stigma is going to be in there because of the content of the music. That's that's abundant.
Wasn't that the shit they were doing with Mission Tobacco?
Yeah, sounds about that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places in Riverside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I remember, yeah. There was a few times where they weren't doing hip hop. Yeah.
I do have to ask though, were people tagging it in the bathroom? Because I'm probably gonna be like, y'all niggas can't come.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, shut it down. Big grown ass tagging in the bathroom.
Oh, it's hip hop. It's hip hop. Get not in the bathroom, bro. Do a
Right.
mural. You don't have to etch your name on the toilet seat
Dummy.
for hip hop. I gotta cut my ass cheeks because you want to keep it real. Now you fucking up for everybody.
Fucked it up for all of us.
Come on. We all want a platform. We all want to rap in front of
that's
people. We all want to
crazy.
be
Do
self-serving.
you really want your name on a toilet seat
Yeah,
though?
that's
Right.
crazy.
That's the crazy part.
That's grown adults.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, you got to deal with knuckleheads and whatnot and all that. Or hey, can we blaze up here? Like, no, you can't blaze up in here,
Do it in
dummy.
the car.
Can you blaze up at work? Be an adult. don't mess this up for all of us just because you feel comfortable. Don't put your shoes back on.
Yeah, but Kevin,
Do you think that comes with like not knowing? Like, I think a lot of people don't understand that business side of it too. Because you're like, yes, Wiz Khalifa can have people come in here because they can pay the fucking $35 and whatever.
Right.
See, even with that though, like I notice, some people just don't get it because we've had like coworkers that were drivers, right, and they got fired for tagging while they were en route, and when they were brought in the office, they said, "This is just what I do," and it's like, nigga, you get paid for that. This is what you're doing, and then the boss is responsible. This is what I do. You're fucking fired.
That's
like
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. It's like some people just don't get it. You could try to explain, hey man, this is a business. We don't do this at the business.
You
They'd be
shouldn't
like,
have to explain that.
yeah, you shouldn't. But like some people just don't get it.
Oh God.
You know? And like even like we're booking, right? Like I want to get like a decent amount of acts. Like I want to put 40 people on the bill, but I want to put enough to where like it's a good show. Or like say even if somebody doesn't have a huge fan base, I know if I can get a big crowd here, I know they can rock the shit out of that crowd, and I know they can keep them entertained. They're gonna be there the whole time, and it's just gonna be a good vibe altogether. Then you have like the I call it the Friday night family emergency when someone cancels like maybe an hour or two before the show. I'm like, well, damn, I could have had like 17 other people fill this up. I could have filled this up. I rap, and like little things like that are like, hey, this person's dope, but like, man, I can't book you for another 6 months, because I can't have the same lineup every single time. I gotta spread that stuff out. I want to have this artist. So I have like a really young crowd. Then I got like an older artist that don't appeal to that type of stuff. So I got to like balance all those things out, and a lot of things come out of pocket. This person wants to be paid this, or I want to accommodate them for their time and travel, and what they're bringing to the table. There's a million things that can happen during shows, but like, it's a labor of love. But I love it, and then even though like most times nowadays I'm behind the boards, running the sound and whatnot, I got the best seat in the house, and I'm just enjoying everybody performing and getting together and chatting, whatnot. Some people can collaborate, some people can go home together. Just seeing that community building is always like it's self-serving for me. I love seeing it, and I love shaking hands with people, all the hugs, the good conversations. That's always going to be a thing that I'm gonna be into, and I feel like I can pay those blessings for it because I remember when people like opened up the doors for me, and they opened up that stage and hey, go do your thing. Like I was jumping on every single open mic I could anywhere I went to, and I went from that to headlining shows and throwing my own things and whatnot. So I know the ins and outs of all of it. I just love seeing it all come together, the networking from it, and so. I mean, there's challenges with anything you do, but like I said, if you love it, you just take it on the chin.
Pause.
Oh, jeez.
He was waiting. What is your writing structure when you're creating music? Like, do you create maybe the chorus or the hooks first and then go into the 16 or the verses, or do you kind of like create the verse and then build around that?
It's changed over the years. 'Cause I used to write before like hearing a beat, and I'll like start trying to match it to it, and I was offbeat as shit, and I had like way too many words in a sentence. So I struggled with that for many years, and I still try to fit too many words in a sentence. I feel bad when I gotta take them out. But nowadays I hear the beat and I'll start kind of like mumbling the melody. So I have like the way I want it to sound, then I'll start filling in with words later. And like being a professional driver for many, many years, when you're nowhere near a notepad, I started getting really good at like building it up in my head to where I was like building verses and like songs and whatnot. And I'm not gonna say like I'm Jay-Z and I write every single thing in my head, but like on breaks I put them on my phone. But like I've done whole albums just like driving. Just building, because driving, that's like my happy place. It's where I can be alone in my thoughts. That's my alone time, so I can just listen to the music or just think of something and blah 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 blah. And we went from having like a million notebooks to my phone, or to like now my head and whatnot. So if I hear a beat, I'm just gonna organically like I'm gonna mumble and get the sound of it right, and then I'm start thinking of like punchlines and constructing it all together. And I also be like, do it like a roller coaster. You wanna take them somewhere. You wanna like maybe start off small, go big, come back down, or then fluctuate. You wanna give them something. Like say your song Alone, right? That's still probably my favorite song for you of all time. It's a big soliloquy. it's you talking to the world like they're in your living room, and there's like so many different like emotions going into that song. And shit, that was a song that made me want to sign you to the Uproars. I still fuck with that song heavy. And you want to take them somewhere. You want to feel connected with them. Like no matter what they're doing, they're gonna shut up and listen to it. So I want to keep that in mind whenever I'm making something. Like, hey, I like it, but like I want to make this digestible for the listener too. Hey, can they fuck with it too? Can it be in the background? They fuck with it, or they can say like, yeah, I don't want to hear that, or pause, or whatever.
So it popped in my head when you were talking. I'm imagining it's like me. Have you put on a full concert while you're driving and someone look up at you and say, what the fuck is he doing? And you're putting on a full on show? No?
Every day, man.
Yeah.
Like you may roll up to me and I'm bumping some Katy Perry or something. I'm in full volume singing.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Katy.
I love Katy.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Not when she sang at the for Kamala Harris. She shouldn't have did that. Katy should not have never sang no Whitney Houston song. Sorry, Katy, baby. You got your own good music. You should have sang one of those songs. However, she does have a lot of good music. It's just that Whitney Houston thing she did. She shouldn't have did that.
And titty's nice too.
I didn't look at Katie's titties. I was focused on the fact that
the way you present things is like you're trying to be as polite as possible.
But she threw shade.
It's
like,
so much shade on it, like
Yeah.
because I like Katy Perry, but just when she did that Whitney Houston song, like who authorized that? Like y'all heard this before she got up here.
There's so many good things about you. This, however,
Ain't it?
mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
That was hard. I put on mute.
Oh yes. And it still was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, so
I'll send it to you. You need to see it.
No.
Everybody, I saw it. You got to see it. Yep.
I got enough of those in my inbox already.
I'm gonna send it to you all.
You don't want to play that game. You don't.
Yeah, no.
Cause
That's,
if-
I saw it.
All
You
right.
gotta see it.
You seen one jar, one. Yep, never mind. If you ain't seen it, then you gotta see it.
I might send it to you so you can re-see it. I'll
So-
follow
Thank
you.
you.
I'll send it right to you.
yeah.
So
No.
what advice would you give any artist or entrepreneur following in your footsteps?
Don't follow in my footsteps. For one, I got big shoes, but
Flex.
size 15s. I think they shrank. It used to be size 16. Like I used to be 6'5". I think I'm 6'4.5" now, and I feel short. But that's besides the point.
Flex.
Hey, do what feels good to you.
That's what I say.
That's
Oh
the
my goodness gracious.
that's the best thing I can say. Believe in yourself. Have the gall to believe that what you do matters, because you never know unless you do it. And stay true to your guns. Believe in yourself and do whatever you do. I would say research it. I don't believe that, hey, you can be anything you want. You can be anything you're good at.
Yeah.
So put your money where your mouth is too. You may never know, like you're gonna suck at whatever you do for a long time once you just start, but that's how you learn. Like I feel like I failed so much in life and in music that I know what to do by process of elimination. So all those L's were lessons and made me become a master at a lot of things, because I know the opposite of it. Like, okay, if that doesn't work, then obviously the opposite of that's going to work. So let me try that out. Okay, then learn to put a little paint where it ain't, But just invest in yourself. There's always like a negative stigma with musicians, like a rapper can't have a job. Like it's like the only genre where like having a job and being a musician isn't like cool. I'm like, nah, man. Like you gotta invest in yourself. Unless you got like a rich parent or you got sugar
rich
daddy,
baby daddy.
sugar mama, something. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to invest in your craft. Like this shit ain't free. This shit all costs money.
And I'll double down on that because I met a lot of rappers that were like, hey, man, you got to be about it. Just sacrifice everything. Just sleep on couches. And you're like, nigga.
That's only if you can.
If you can do it, more power to you.
Oh, you homeless.
That's
You homeless.
I don't think you should do that even if you can.
What I'm saying,
yeah.
it's one of the things
you
where
can
It's
get to the go. Where
Chill
your go has to be all go, and you can't like, hey, I'm taking a nap. Like, no, nigga, there's no naps. Like, if you're doing this, like, this is all go.
Yeah.
So yeah, invest in yourself definitely. And yeah, I've come across a lot of the rappers that just be like, oh, I'm gonna just Nah, nigga, you have to.
Right around getting it.
Yeah.
How old are these rappers? Because there needs
Some
to
of
be a
them,
cutoff. age.
Some of them were
Well,
in the age where
no.
you're like, hey man, like you gotta.
I'm gonna say this: there's gonna be a point when the check cash place don't take nothing no more, and you're like, maybe I should.
Yeah, it gotta be. It gotta be like a little cutoff range. I don't think you should stop if you've already like established yourself. When you get a certain age, keep going. But if you are like 35 and ain't nothing hit yet, you need a full-time job. You might want to set this one down. This ain't for you.
Damn, she just.
Or just.
Yeah, you just heard a lot of people feel
just
like
hurt my
I-
goddamn
I won't
feelings.
say-
and I'm sorry.
I won't say age wise. I'm just
No,
saying
but
at a
yeah,
certain
damn,
time,
Jesus.
get the job to invest in yourself as opposed to
Yeah.
just
Not
being like
you.
it didn't pop off like
there's
Like,
over-
The struggle sounds sexy, but it's
35.
not.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
First she was
no.
throwing shade. Now she taking people's hoes.
Not you.
Just feeling
You guys are.
dreams.
I'm not talking to the talented
shit,
people
we
that
just-
everybody know is talented already.
We just lost 30 subscribers. God damn it,
Well,
Des.
I mean,
So, like, but the culture, the vision.
I ain't talking to the talented people that everybody already know was talented.
Motherfucker was eating his
You got
eggs.
But
motherfuckers
if
in their
you-
car crying right
but
now.
if you 34 and you just started rapping and then it just don't hit in the first year, it's not for you. So
You gotta-
go.
They gotta learn. You just
Breakfast
gotta,
sandwich from
Okay,
AM.
37.
He got his breakfast sandwich from AM PM.
you know
He's
what
sitting in
you
the car
just did,
listening to
though?
us.
You just
You
motivated some old
fucking
nigga
ruined his-
somewhere. He's like, you
Yeah.
know what?
So,
Fuck her.
somebody
you know-
just cussed me out. They gonna be in your inbox asking, can they get on the show?
Exactly. or like just respect your age and like what you can do with it. You know, like, hey, if I'm coming in at 35, okay, I'm not talking about the same things that 18-year-olds talking about.
Yeah.
I gotta be grown and talk about these bills I gotta pay.
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
kids to put through
You should be
college. I'm
paying
gonna do
bills.
that.
You
Yeah.
should be
You
paying
should be.
bills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you
And
turned
not
up at
just
the
your
club?
cell
You
phone.
how old?
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like what is those two British dudes like Pete and Boz?
The old
You
guys?
see 'em? Yeah.
Yeah, they be
That-
Oh,
coming
those
off.
grandpas.
They be
right?
coming off.
They
Man.
right. They cold.
Man.
But see, you have to be doing that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta hit.
They got
Well,
like
you gotta know
double
what you gotta do.
retirement.
Yeah,
They
you gotta know what
got
you're
old
doing.
money. They got all that. You know,
Yeah.
like they're talking about that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's in pocket.
Yeah.
They be coming off.
They cold. They cold.
Pants
Yeah.
on the ground. Pants on the ground.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, but
Them,
like you know,
them two and that white dude that be in the car doing all the rap. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he just did Kendrick Lamar's like whole album,
Mm.
and he looked like Bill Nye the Science Guy. That nigga cold.
Hey, you
Whatever.
gotta know.
Can
You
we
gotta
say-
find your niche.
Can we say that? That nigga?
Yep. When you see his video, when you see y'all know how I feel, but when you see his video, you
he
gonna be
got
like,
the-
that
he
nigga
got the
cold.
tan.
I gotta tell you something after the brewer.
So, what would you say is your craziest uproar memory? Sorry.
like I say on camera. Oh boy.
Don't worry.
A lot of it's been like just seeing shows, like going out to different areas that I'm not used to. Like the OC, LA always has the most interesting characters at the show. In the OC, there was this one place where there was like a literal like fairy in the audience. Like
Wait, hold on. What?
No. Like they were dressed up like
Like
there's
Tinkerbell?
Like a
They
good
they
fairy?
had yeah, like this
Okay.
person had wings. There's like
That's a good fairy.
they like maybe they just
Oh.
came from a rave or something, but like she was on something. There's like this giant fan, and she was just swinging at the fan, just right in front of it, just like swinging at it, like
That
she didn't
seems
fight
weird.
for her life. And then she went out on stage and she barred the fuck out, and I'm like, oh, I will never judge a book by its cover.
Hmm.
I thought that I was imagining you. You're real. I wish I remember her name because I was a fan after that. I'm like, oh,
That's
you were
funny.
warming up. You had to literally fight your demons to go on stage. Okay,
That
cool.
is funny.
Yeah. Is that
That would have tripped me out. Like this. What is she just swinging at the fan?
Did you tap the person next to you? Like, you see her too, right?
Yeah, like hey, is nobody seeing this right now, or did someone
she-
spike my drink, or
Did she
what's-
ever actually hit the fan?
No.
Oh, so the shit never hit the fan.
Yeah, whoever.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm on one
I
today.
can't say you because I catch all your bullshit. Every time you say something,
so
I
sorry.
catch every joke.
I just can't.
That's funny.
Fucking
Yeah.
puns, man.
I know Kevin hates them.
You would think as a comedian, you would.
Like 'em.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I hate myself because I like puns, but I hate puns.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, we
I
a
wish
lot of
you
stuff we
remembered her
learned.
name.
like a lot of-
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, I was saying like our craziest memories, like the stuff that we had to learn on the fly, because like no one taught us. We had to learn by ourselves. Like I remember we had this a show many moons ago, early 2000s, like with our first like big show together, and our engineer he had like this big crush on like the homegirl that she came to sing and whatnot, and he just had it in his mind like, you know what, I love this girl, I'm gonna marry her. Like, and
Oh, wow.
she like didn't even know he existed, whatever, right? And we had this big argument with him and say, hey man, you gotta chill because like you're harassing the homegirl. Like we may have to pack you out, you know. And it was like a day or two before the show. He like went into the studio, deleted everything that we had recorded, and like took all the equipment and then bounced. And so we're like, well, damn, that was like our compilation CD. That was our big showing. So we went out, got some more equipment, and I had learned a few things from some watching him, and like I stood up for like a day and a half straight, like trying to mix that album as much as possible, and you know, like he deleted the project files, but we still had like the vocals in there, so we had to find everything, re-record a bunch of stuff, and then I stayed up having to learn that stuff like by myself, and where you know we had like a little factory line in there going, okay, blah blah blah, you're in charge of cutting out the covers for the CDs. You got the slimline cases. You can put the covers on the CDs, and even before CDs were burnt, we were like packaging them up, and then we would burn them. And it's like when a CD took like 40 minutes to burn for each one.
LimeWire days.
You know, yeah. And we had old computers at the time, and yeah, and right before the show, you know, we were up on caffeine and no sleep and just young hunger. And we had the show. We had like a couple hundred CDs, and we moved them. And Dave actually got arrested that show. None of the cops pulled him off stage because something. They thought he was banging because he had tattoos. But yeah, we learned from experience. Like, and from then I learned, like, hey, I can't rely on anybody else. I got to learn how to do this shit myself. And I've been mixing my own shit and recording and mixing, mastering, engineering the whole time.
What happened to
Yeah.
the motherfucker who deleted?
That's what I wanted to know. Did y'all catch up with him?
I think I saw him like some years later. About that time, like,
You want
Yeah, water
to
under the
put his
bridge.
name out there?
No,
I mean,
don't do that because you know what? He's older now. And like
Yeah, he
somebody
might
who
be.
has the ability to just be like,
I
fuck
would-
y'all and just do that.
I would
now
never
he's
put
gonna
it-
be like, pow pow.
I would never put a dude named Stranger Tim on blast because that would be very unprofessional. And fuck him wherever he's at. I mean, I wouldn't say that either because that's unprofessional. But you know,
Well, that's too late. You already.
Yeah, you already said it.
oops,
Yeah.
you're keeping.
I mean, I embrace the petty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ain't scared of the pew pew, so pull up, run up and get down.
Peace be still.
We'll do that at the park down the road.
Yeah. Down here, period.
It's
Okay.
like I keep that thing on.
Run
It's
up
in my
and get
purse
down.
right now.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I learned to never rely on people. I said since then I've been mixing and mastering my own shit. You know, so it was a blessing in disguise because I would have been relying on somebody else still to this day if I never learned that valuable lesson.
So thank you for being a little bitch.
Yeah, thank you. Eat a dick.
Yep.
And turn that motherfucking TV off.
Well, was on the Player Haters Wall Chappelle show. I wish all the bad things in life happened to you and nobody
Yeah.
but you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Yes.
You know, and that's just karma. That's your karma. That's nothing on me. That's all you.
Mm-hmm.
Take it on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
Oh God, I knew your ass was about to.
I'm gonna throw this out here to see how you react.
Okay.
Do you think there would ever be a reinvention, a reincarnating of a maximum capacity song?
Maybe. I've talked to Jess a few times. I haven't talked to True in a while, but I think they're doing good from last time I talked to them. Because that maximum capacity, we were a group of large men,
Which I thought was dope.
you know, and you know, we were all spitters, so it was like the Fat Boys like mixed like with Slaughterhouse. So like we were big dudes, and like we were gonna take over that stage, and we were just all spitters. You know, we had some differences and stuff. Like I was overzealous and over passionate about things, and I probably fucked it up. But right before our album dropped, like we broke up. But like we had a big buzz, and it was dope, and it was like a side project from what we were doing on the label and whatnot.
It was very dope.
It's unfortunate, but man, shit, I'm down for it. You know, I think time has passed, and like I said, I reached out, we've talked, and you know, hashed things out. Just we all got busy lives and kids and whatnot, so we haven't.
It be them
Really talked
fucking
about it.
kids every time.
Well, I said I always thought, because I remember that was how it came into the fold for me, to it being introduced to the maximum capacity, and the feature is when we found out that I didn't even know King Dice at the time rapped, and then like he came off.
Dice's verse was so hard on that shit.
Yeah, like so for me, it's like, oh man, like I gotta ask because it popped in my head, and I'm like, I just want to see if that would ever come to fruition, because it would be dope to see, because that the concept alone was dope, and to even be a part of it, to watch it, was dope. So like,
Yeah. Well, thank you. And then the fact that like that was like what 10, 11 years ago, something like that. People still talk about it, so it means it was something.
Fire, dude.
King Jess, True Am I? Hey man, much love to y'all. Like, hey, I'm down for it if you guys are. So
If it happens here,
that's funny though. The name of the album, because there was a fourth member, it was the homie Dilemma. There's a fourth member at first, and the name of the album was like 1498, because that's like what we all weighed together.
shit.
And then like
Goddamn.
when one was out, we changed it to like it was like 93 stones, because that's I guess in stones, like
Yeah, I
in
get
British
it.
terms,
Yeah.
that's what our weight was after that.
Silverado, so you guys a Silverado.
Pretty much, but hey, we lean into it. Like you gotta love who you are, right? We embraced it.
I hate you, Kevin,
Alright.
because you said something wrong. I instantly thought heavy duty.
I have Omega.
Diesel, I apologize. I don't again, I don't know. I'm on one of that.
Yeah, he is on one. But
It's Kendrick.
What's the
working.
name of this episode again?
This is Talk Your Shit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So Des, are you ready?
Oh God, no, because he done already came in here and told me.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Are you prepared?
just go ahead, Diesel. Go on to say what you're gonna say.
Diesel, what are your top 5 dead or alive MCs?
So to preface this, I come from a time where like you had to be the best at what you did, all right? Or like if you were at a cipher in my high school, if you came whack, you were probably gonna get fucked up that day, right? Or if you lost a battle to somebody, the people that had your back, they probably were gonna fuck you up afterwards because you made them look bad in front of like the other school or in front of the neighborhood or whatnot. So like I come from like the time where you had to have the dopest verse on it.
Hey,
I don't care
listen.
if you're the biggest artist.
Hey, you
had
ain't
to-
gotta preface this shit.
Yes, the hell he do. Let him explain himself.
This your
Explain
your
yourself,
list.
sir.
So like so
It's your
my
list.
favorite rappers aren't like the most successful rappers in the world, but like they mean everything meaning. Like so my number one is like my goat is Chino XL. That's my guy, right?
Rest in
Chino
peace.
XL.
See,
Rest in
That's
peace.
rest in
she's
peace,
even
Chino.
more
That's
mad
my guy.
because
Yeah.
fuck Chino XL.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I like the list so far.
I am
he's from the
holding-
same city that your favorite used to be from, and they had a beef for a little bit. And I don't know if you heard the 4-minute freestyle that Chino XL did against Pac, but he kind of murdered.
She probably.
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, she, I was like, they didn't
trying
get
to-
that.
He's kind of the only one that went at him openly, and
I'll listen to it. Send it to
I'm
me.
just saying. And you know, it's.
Are you gonna listen to it?
I'm gonna listen to it. I'm still working on and finding the strength to listen to Fat Joe. What's his name? Joseph. What's that man's name?
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Mm.
I ain't there yet. I'm gonna listen at that though. I'm working on Joe.
Shout out to Joe Button.
Go Joe.
And see, like, so I know everyone says Pac and Biggie, but like they're not on my list at all. And I mean, as a shade, you know,
It's your list.
It's your
it's
list.
my
Zach.
list. It's my personal preference to what I like to listen to. Pac was good at what he did. I remember him from back in the Digital Underground days, you know, from the same song, you know, clown around when he came around with the Underground because he used to frown, see him there, when him around, gas me, when harass me. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
like I remember that Pac. I don't know this thug
I
character
like that
that
as well.
is out there. I remember this guy who went to
Oh.
Juilliard,
I can tell you
To
where
put
this
this character
out there.
came from.
you know.
Jada?
Suge Knight said, "Hey,
Jada?
I got
Hey,
these,
fuck Jada.
got these couple meals. If you run around
can't
acting like
stand
this,
her.
he
You
said,
want to get out of prison? Okay, cool. I need this image
ahead
I
and-
want to sell on this
I'm gonna
label.
act that shit out."
Now, also, you know, he's not in my top 20, but the Machiavelli album, that is my standard for the perfect album. The 12 songs of
Yeah.
everything impactful, all bangers. If you have an album that's 12 songs and as good or somewhere close to that, then you have what I call the perfect album. I'm still like trying to cut down my long ass albums to make the perfect 12-song Machiavelli album, because that is, to me, is the most perfect album of all time.
But let me reverse this back. I just want to jab this in a little. You said not on your top what?
20.
Where am I top 20?
20?
Not in his top 20.
I just want to say that
We was gonna glide past that. You didn't even have to. I was with him because he started talking about the album. We was gonna glide past that.
I just want to say you don't have to appease her by mentioning anything Tupac, because this ain't her shit.
Listen,
Hey, Dad.
This is your talk your shit episode.
Listen.
So talk your shit. Nobody give a fuck what Dez going through.
Listen, they come through the door and they know. Okay, we gonna have a fight.
That's never asked me my top 5. Man.
I don't even want to hear your shit because I know your shit. And I already know. I can tell from how you react when people don't say Tupac that your shit ain't got Pac on there, and I ain't asking you shit either.
Yeah, is Pac on my 5?
Pac ain't anymore.
Okay,
I got Jim Jones above Pac.
You got to be kidding me! Not Nappy Brain Jim.
Ballin'.
No, not Nappy Brain Jim. I don't even want to hear.
All right, continue.
Diesel, please continue.
Smoking on my top 5 to 9.
Started because Kendrick ain't in my 20 either.
Oh,
I'm just gonna put it in there.
Are
We
you
can talk
sure?
about this.
Did you
I'm sure. I'm very sure. I'm very
That's
sure.
his
We
list.
could talk about him for
I
a
think he's
minute too.
a technical cat. I feel like we're going.
No, Kendrick is
No,
amazing.
I
He's
mean,
just not in my
I want
20.
to see where your list goes.
Yeah.
So there's
got Chino.
Pun.
It-
Pun is
it-
my
wait,
top 2.
Is Chino number 1?
Chino's number
Oh,
1.
we're going. So we're going one
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's not.
You said Big Pun's number 2.
Yeah, Big Pun, Busta Rhymes, because I fuck with his energy. Busta Rhymes says, let me get it straight. He's not the dopest rapper out there, but he can say the dumbest shit ever and makes it sound so cool.
He says a lot
Yes.
of dumb shit.
Yeah, he says the most
He
ridiculous
does.
shit out there, but he makes it sound so cool. He's been saying the same verse since like 1987, but he's been saying it in so many different ways and the
You have
delivery
Peter
and
Griffin
structure.
rapping.
Yeah, you know.
Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
we got
good.
2 more.
Tech Nine.
I fucks with Tech Nine.
You know, M. I was for an honorable mention. For 6.
Are we talking M before or after recovery?
You know what? M has been consistently good. I think he's better now than he was when he was younger. Like he can rap way better now than he was when he was younger. Everyone wants the old M back, but like nah, he's grown. He's
Let me ask you
50s.
this. And Music to Be Murdered By, do you like side A or B?
I really didn't like those albums too much, to be honest.
The second
it's
one,
his
Kamikaze.
the deluxe was
It's
the
his
deluxe
list.
one was.
It is his list. But I feel like side B, the
Yeah,
B
the
side was way
B-side.
better than A side.
Yeah, what was
but-
the one that had Alfred on it?
That song with the shit about the shooter. I still think that's like one of the the way that fucker wrote that song was still like, what is it? The Darkness song.
I can't remember right now. My
I
mind
know what
is
song you're
Kendrick
talking
Lamar.
about. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what song you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I looked at the list,
Yeah.
I could probably.
I noticed your 5 have a certain ability that not most MCs have the ability to do, as far as like the flip of the tongue.
Yeah,
Is
rap,
that
rap.
on par? Because I noticed they all have the ability to flip.
On the rap fast.
They can speed, like they can
Yeah.
slow it down.
Well,
They can
super
speed it up.
rappers, Like if
Yeah.
you want the best, you want the best. Like if you have like some really good authentic Mexican food, and then like you get a Burger
Then
King
you go to
taco.
Texas and Mexican
Yeah.
food is trash.
Yeah,
Time
when
out.
it's just like a flat tortilla.
I
with
So I
just
get-
lettuce.
I get why you have your
I-
preface now, because you can
Like,
see it like the
It's
text.
a high bar.
Yeah.
Like just like I grew up listening to my cousin Kuda. You
Mhm.
know that was who I listened to. Even like being a rapper myself, when Uproar started, we had a wall of shame. So if you said anything whack in your verse, anything questionable, whatever, we ripped the page out the notebook and put it on the wall for a couple weeks, and you had to write a whole new verse. You couldn't.
So
say any
Ross
stuff on
wouldn't
there.
get away with Reeboks on. Just do it, huh?
Exactly. You know.
Fucking Rick Ross.
I think
They'll
he
never
would
live
have-
that
he
one
wouldn't have
down.
A lot he wouldn't get.
Oh.
He never let
Yeah.
that one down.
So we were always like overly critical of stuff. Like I was always like a film critic, like with music. So like, it had to catch my ear. I had to hear something that's gonna be dope. And you know, so even my top 5 rappers, they may not have like really dope albums, but like their features great. Like honorable mention Crooked Eye, right? Crooked Eye is amazing. Like he doesn't get the commercial success that he should deserve, but like in like hip hop hands, is like we know what he does. You
He's
know,
a rapper.
yeah, you know, and see someone like Common. Common's not like the illest lyricist, but like he's consistent all around. He's been making
Common
dope
or
shit
common
forever.
sense?
Common. I didn't like Common Sense too much.
Okay. I'm just trying to set the baseline.
I like we started adding singers to the stuff. And
Okay.
I've
started,
heard people say Chino XL is possibly the best like rapper of like rappers. I've heard that before.
Yeah, like he's a
Don't know
beast,
about that.
and maybe I'm partial
Did
because
it
I grew
technical.
up and I had a light skinned icon, so like okay, like we can I
You
can
found your
relate to
person?
him.
Yeah.
Like okay, I got a lot of my strength from this guy. Like okay, cool, like, you can do it too, because like being light skinned in like the '90s wasn't it,
Not rapping.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Not
Oh, maybe
rapping. If you
I don't-
sung, you was
Yeah,
I have
he
a
was-
different
he was solid,
recollection.
Right.
Shit, I was
But you light skinned niggas was getting all the baddies.
Yeah, because the singers.
Oh, that's
Shout out to I'll Be Sure.
yeah,
Because
but
he got that one song we remember, and women was throwing their draws at him.
they still do.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
They
that.
just older
I
now.
didn't have that experience. It's like,
Is
oh,
it-
you light
is-
skinned, but you light skinned too. That's what I got. From
Does it count if it's the sun? Because I think they start throwing it at the sun.
That's a gene pool right there.
Yeah, like a
dog.
gene, like it's just.
Yeah.
Damn, Roy, you was
That's
that
son.
nigga so much your kid just get panties.
Yeah. Well, the son, he over there diddy bopping, so we don't know. He might be taking draws.
No, Diddy.
Oh, he another EJ.
He over
so
there.
that's the skips
I don't even know what
generation.
y'all. Oh, he's. Hey,
Like my
Chino Hickson.
like my son's a Mac. He's 7. He says he has got 3 girlfriends with different classes.
Oh
already.
Lord, damn.
He says he wants 100 kids.
Goddamn.
Mm.
I don't know about that.
Have you given them like just a bill and just
Right,
shown them what
breaking
those look
that
like?
down to him.
Right? I'm like, damn, bro, with the same woman or like poor thing. What are you trying to do? I
100
got to
kids will-
babysit half of them, or what's up?
100 kids of one woman is diabolical.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
deep.
That uterus is destroyed.
Period. It's gonna fall out with that last one.
like they're the dream, man. They're
Whole
the dream,
uterus and baby
you know?
coming out.
It's the last one, like by the 15th.
Yeah.
Have you thought of being a sperm donor?
Yeah, he need to. Something else, buddy. Something else.
and I would see him just walk up to people and like he says, "Hey, my name is Atreyu," blah blah blah, say his whole name. Like, yo, man, you are. It's in you. Like, this is it's either on you or in you. Like, this, you got the pimp in you, son. Like, but be good to people. Don't use that for good. Don't.
Does he show signs that he's going to be musically inclined?
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a band, and my daughter's probably gonna be the singer or rapper.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they grew up listening to me, and like my daughter, she asked me a couple years ago, "Hey, Daddy, how do you make a song?" Like, I've been waiting.
Pull it
Let
out.
me know
Oh shit.
so I can retire. I'm putting everything into you. Let
I
me know.
love that.
I'm be your manager, your bodyguard, your cook, your producer, everything. If you need me to kill somebody, just let me know. I got you, sweetie.
These are
Fully invested.
I used to tell McFly that he only has a certain amount of time before he's gonna have to go home and battle every day for dominance in the house.
Mhm.
Because he's gonna have competition inside that house,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and
You already
they're gonna hit below the belt.
Hey, don't go easy on him either. Don't go easy on him. Like saying, like I still.
And then the youngest one just gonna fight him. He ain't gonna
He
spend.
punked me already.
He ain't gonna spend no bar.
He
He just
punked me
gonna throw
already.
hands.
He punked me already.
Yeah, I remember my son. Like I told him to do something, and he looked at me. No, I'm like,
So,
bro, you better be able to fight. Like, hold on, who you talking to like that? I'm like, when you get bigger, you're gonna mess me up, aren't you? Like, okay, cool, I gotta put the fear in you now. Yeah. So that's just bound to happen, man. Like even like with we still dance battle, we still play Just Dance or whatnot. I'm like, hey guys, I'm not gonna go easy on you just because you're my kids. I'm gonna go harder on you because you're my kids, and I want you guys to be the
I
best.
tried that.
You be out there pop, lock, and drop it.
I tried that, but my daughter's a gymnast and she's way more flexible than
Oh,
me, so she wins every time.
Yeah, she tear your ass up.
Sweet.
You out here pop, lock, and dropping it.
You gotta pick a different game.
I stick
Oh,
to
yeah.
Mario Kart and
While my
and
knees
show
still
no
work.
mercy.
Oh, right.
So, what are your current and future projects and ventures?
Well, I have an album I'm dropping on December 27th called Higher Self Love Affair. I haven't dropped a project in 3 years. I've been, lifing. Life be lifing sometimes, and you got to live your art. And I've been recording this whole time. I got the Fam Likely project coming out with Tangent. That's dropping next year. I got my Toxic R&B Alter Ego album under the name of Luke Bage. Long awaited part 2. It's coming. That's where I get all my bad stuff
You got
out.
a whole. You said R&B cuts?
No, yeah. I
Okay.
I put out an R&B album a
Luke
few years back
Bage.
under Luke Bage.
This nigga said Luke Bage. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my toxic stuff out. I put it in the form of R&B and whatnot. And working on that. I got a project with the homie We Are Roses. It's under Two of Fall. It's just me and a producer doing some real experimental type stuff and some really, really dope music. And I got a lot of stuff going on. And I'm happy to be releasing music after having a drought for like a few years, you know. So I got all that going on, and the Higher Self Love Affair album is pretty much like doing spring cleaning, but like for yourself, you know,
Yeah.
people that shouldn't be in your life anymore, situations and mentalities that shouldn't be in your life anymore. Like, hey, I gotta hijack myself and just get all the stuff out that doesn't serve me anymore, and be unapologetically for yourself. But it's not corny. They're bangers on there, but they're like really passionate, aggressive self love bangers. Like it's just some of my best work ever, and I can't wait for the shit to come out.
So
I
it's-
love
it's
that,
no
but
flute music.
it's just when
Yeah.
you say it,
Oh.
my brain
Two
goes
flutes.
elsewhere.
Oh, I'm excited
Aggressive
to hear that.
self-love.
Aggressive self love. You know what? And that goes in the romantic category too. Like, don't waste your time on people that if you pour into them, not gonna pour back into you. Like, hey, jack off and save some money. Girls,
some-
fiddle your diddle. Do what you
sometimes
gotta
you
do
gotta
and not, you know,
hit it
give
in the
them
morning.
energy.
Oh,
He got hated in the morning, and then just you.
Hey, in the
I'm-
morning. You know how much cheaper it is to jack off? I'm like, bro, you can spend a lot. You don't have to get dressed, and you can still go on about your day.
I cannot.
You've heard me
love
say on this podcast many a times I'm a vigorous masturbator.
We
so
know.
Well, you don't have to say that no more. You can
Yeah.
say
Rubber is
aggressive.
real.
Aggressive self love.
You know?
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
it's, and you can think,
I'm
Claire,
glad I'm not
you-
sitting next to you today, because every time you say something, you be like this next to me.
this album is full of post nut clarity. That's
Oh,
that's
my God.
what we're doing.
That's funny as hell.
But like in a spiritual sense. So to speak.
Oh God. Oh God.
It works.
Oh.
It works.
And that's what you gotta do. Like, you know, my favorite like story from like, you know, like the Christian Bible is when Jesus goes into the temple and he flips tables and cracks whips, like, not in my Father's house. That's how I feel this album is. Hey, what would Jesus do? Like, Jesus say, hey, get out. This is what's going on. This is what it is. You can't do business here no more. And that's what I'm doing with this album. I'm cracking whips. I'm flipping tables. And like, I just gotta clear the board and be like, hey, this shit can't go on. And like, I take accountability album too, like stuff that I contribute to those situations. And you know, we're all human. Like, we all mess up. We learn, we live and we learn, right? And so this is just me resetting it and like doing some shadow work too. Like the idea behind shadow work is to really look inside yourself and not worry about, you say, your bad side, because it's not necessarily your bad side. It's just that side of you,
Shadow self.
you know? And you're like, hey, sometimes you got to know when to like tame that. And sometimes you got to know when to let that motherfucker out and, you know, stand on business, you know? So that's what I'm doing on that. Like, and you get stuck in ruts and you get stuck in things that are comfortable. And it's like, if I got to get uncomfortable, because right now I'm dying like this. And I can't live like this no more.
I fuck with that. I definitely fuck with that.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get out of here, I keep looking at this Dr. Pepper can, right? And it's my favorite Diesel memory. So when I joined Uproar, they had a celebration party, like where everybody got together and as a part of the label, and we were just chilling at David's house. And I brought Dr. Pepper 10 that fucking, so when I look at this Dr. Pepper can, I remember I brought a can to Diesel and he goes, what is this? Dr. Pepper 10, and he drinks it, he goes, tastes feminine. And that, I was like, that's like the best branding, because it's stuck in my head for over a decade. But every time I see a goddamn Dr. Pepper can, it pops in my head. Because I remember the face he made. It was like, it was the most disgusting drink you've ever had. And he was like, ugh.
What the hell
tastes
do feminine soda taste like? The hell? Dainty soda. What the hell that tastes like?
That's
Like poppies.
I don't.
Oh, those are so good.
I don't remember it. I'm not saying I didn't say it, because I probably did. I think I've grown since then.
Yeah, all
That shit
right.
was
The
funny.
Dr. Pepper was my favorite soda
Fire.
forever, but like I stopped drinking sodas after a long time. I have like a Diet Coke and everything for the caffeine, but like Dr. Pepper was my favorite. But that's a really weird
That
comment
shit-
that it had on it. I
Oh,
don't.
feminine.
I remember you said it, and I remember thinking, this shit, that's funny. Because for me, it was like, what the fuck does feminine taste like?
Right. What the hell?
Delicious, right?
If she
Uh,
bathe.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
it's
Oh, I plug his shit.
it's an
Okay.
acquired taste.
Ah,
But once you like it, you like it, right?
the moral, the moral of the story at the
I'm
end
tired
is
of
he
y'all.
drunk the whole can of Dr. Pepper. So, I mean,
Then he likes feminine tasting things.
bingo.
Okay, and that is what she said. Bam.
Damn.
Let's go.
I mean, most men with beards get their face right.
Oh man, this is just.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like
Cushion,
Shout-
cushion.
We
Shut-
not finna do no.
I don't
Shout out
remember
to
that.
Patrick.
Oh, poor Patrick. I want to see that poor guy in person so damn bad. Poor Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick Jones.
Poor
That's
Patrick.
my boy.
Y'all just.
I'll be sunning him.
I'm praying for his beard because I'm tired of y'all.
We praying for him too.
Poor Patrick.
Yeah.
I know right now when you hear this, it's like, fuck you, Mo.
Poor Patrick.
Yeah.
These
I
are
re-
good,
I
good
really don't
people.
remember that.
Get the people all your handles so they can know where to follow you.
So DZYL, no other spelling ever accepted. DZYL5K1. You can find me on everything on Twitter or X now, Instagram. That's my Xbox gamer tag. We can squad up. You know, you can find me on anything like that. If you look for me, Google me. It's gonna be D''ZYL 5K1, 2 different words. Find me on that. I'm everywhere. You know, follow Dapper Up Entertainment. That's what I'm throwing shows on now. My boy Personal and Imagine, and we're trying to open up the grounds for everybody to come through and do your thing. You know, there's a lot of people, especially youth, that are jumping into music that, you know, they weren't doing shows pre-COVID because they were children, or you know, they didn't have an outlet for it. So they're coming out into the world now and experiencing that for the first time. And we want to open that bridge to them, even the people that we've known for a long ass time. You know, we want to come out and treat them how they should be. Like when we bring Stud out, Stud is going to be a headliner. You know, when he comes out, we want people that we fuck with and we respect. You know, to come out and have a craft to do it. We're not gonna try to gatekeep or nothing. You want time on stage? Let's figure out a time and place that works for you.
Nah, don't do all that
You
shit.
know?
He don't do all that extra shit. All that facial expression shit. You know,
just-
you know what he meant.
I
You
know what he
said.
meant. I'm just
And you
because
know,
I
act
literally
shocked.
just got hit up by Personal yesterday. So
shout out to Personal.
Don't act shocked.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm just. It's like it's you know what he's know what he's doing. He's as soon as I hear headline, my brain goes where
What is it? What is it that about you that you don't think people fuck with you? Because you clearly have people that fuck with you.
Yeah, they fuck with you so goddamn hard. They starting to follow me. So what the fuck?
Don't do that. Don't follow her.
He's just humble.
Y'all can follow me.
Just-
She talk about bullshit.
He's just humble.
Don't hate on me.
I just know more than likely I'm performing in January. So yeah,
I heard.
I just
They even have a date for it already.
yeah.
Well, what's the date?
Yeah. January 10th sounds good. It could be it. May not be it. I'm not sure. Probably 100%.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think, you may see some familiar faces coming out there and doing their thing. You know, we
I
have
had a
dope.
had a
So we
good
need to be
December.
there.
Let's just say that's the motivation behind me.
Oh, good December.
A good December. So
Yeah, and so we just want to build for, you know, bridge the gap between the various communities that we know. I got people from IE, LA, San Gabriel Valley, Pomona, San Diego. They all want to mess with us and we'll all come out and do their thing. And we just want to, we don't want to like take over like or monopolize anything. We just want to play our part and just have another venue for our people to come do their stuff. If we're not familiar with you, come jump on the open mic, show us what you got, and we can find a show that we could, or a date that we can put you on. You know, we have like some exciting like open mic contests that are gonna be coming up too. So like, you do good on this show, and we would take the winners from the next couple shows, and on the fourth show we'll have like, you know, a finale where you guys can win like some really dope prizes. Maybe you can get an interview, you know, get a headline spot, get some gear, get all sorts of stuff, and just coming out and doing your craft, doing what you want to do, and having an opportunity. Like I got most of my opportunities in life by jumping on open mics. I remember going to South by Southwest and back in 2015. I had to show with Jig or CJ Simmons and Dice, and you know that was dope. And we were performing like with other cats around here in you know California and whatnot. And I remember walking out and jumping into every single open mic that I could. I went to like over like 20 of them. And I met people from all over the country, all over the world, and having a good handshake and a business card was helping me out so much. Where I still got connections with these people and bridges that we've built over the years just from doing that. So I know the importance of that. So just because you see it's an open mic, don't think that it's not going to be beneficial for you. Like, come out and show us what you got. Come perform for people that you may have not, you know, been privy to before. They may have been privy to you. They may fuck with you. You know, I wanted to show in LA a few years back, and I met this cat, Mercutio X, and he started coming to shows, and this man has like the nastiest flow out there. Like from the first bar to the last bar, you're gonna be making a stank face. This guy's he's a fucking rock star, and I would have never heard of shit if I never had signed up for a place I was not familiar with. And if I didn't invite him to come to an open mic, and he jumped on that, and like I want to see this man grow. He is fucking amazing. Mercutio X, like remember that name. That man is incredible. You know.
Yes.
A youngster too. It's like, and that's the thing. Like a lot of cats are, I guess, my age now because I'm years old. You know, we didn't have a lot of people looking out for us. Like my OGs didn't really exist, so we had people like a few that looked out for us, like say C4, See for Yourself, Dirty Birdie, and one from Pure Uncut. Those are the ones that really showed me love. They're like big brothers to me. But for the most part, we were fighting for scraps, and the older people didn't want to like let us in. They saw us as threats, competition. But like I see the younger generation, like you guys are the future. So it's our responsibility as big bros, as big uncles, big aunts. You know, we gotta prepare you guys. You know, when I see the Sonny Babbles out there, when I see the Personals, the Mercutio X's, the Ace Sinceres, I want y'all to be the leaders and be efficient at what you do. You know, so if I can do whatever I can personally to help you get to that level, or maybe even just cheer you on, let you know that you got support, I'm going to do that. And I feel that people from our generation should be doing that and paying the best things forward, and then so on and so forth.
No gatekeeping.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. Kick the gate open, make it bigger. We can all rush through it.
Well, facts.
What's up?
So, in closing, again, you opened up the door for a lot of artists, including myself. You showed a lot of love. You've always showed love. I remember having late night conversations where I was fucking trying to figure out a direction I wanted to go in music, and I was always able to pick your brain. And even seeing you continue to go and still keep that same energy and that upbeat tone. And like even on the way here, I was listening to Bone Crusher, right? And it popped in my mind. I was like, there's not too many people that have that kind of energy, but I feel like easily between Man on Fire and then you have that same voice to where it can just fucking catch you and punch into your ear and just instantly catch your ear and make motherfucker, you gonna listen. And I think it's dope to see all this come together and see that you're still doing this shit, because it still gives me motivation to want to keep doing shit even when I feel like maybe I've hit my expiration date on just fucking wanting to create anymore, because sometimes you feel like what's the point, but then like I come across you and I go, if he's still pushing, then that means I can still keep pushing. And I think it's great to have you here again. You're my brother. I want to see nothing but the best for you and continue success in January 10th and on, man. Like, it's going to be dope to see. And 2025 is going to be a great year. Again, we give to you Diesel 5K1, and this has been Talk Yo Shit.
You didn't tell me I was going to cry this morning?
You better not sit up here and cry.
Like, subscribe,
appreciate you.
share, comment.
Thank
All
you.
that shit.
Till next time.
If you don't do it, your mama a hoe.
Oh my God, not
we
your
love
mama.
you.
But hoes got to eat too.
Peace.
Gotta eat this dick.
Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much.
I'ma talk my
This has been another episode of the Heavyweight Podcast, Talk Yo Shit. One thing about me, baby, I'm showing up every week to see who coming to talk they shit. Y'all better show up with me. See you there. Bye.
more the gap, I must employ you. Cut 'em off.